Okay, so we already discussed our lesson 1. So for now, we're going to head on to our lesson 2, which is video file formats. Okay, so in here, we are going to enumerate the video file formats, be familiar with the meaning of each acronym, identify the functions of different video file formats, and give importance of learning the various file formats. Okay, so video is effective because multiple senses are involved and this enhances learning. Okay, so digital video is the video that is already in a format that contains digital data. Okay, so for us in our everyday lives, so we are always going to encounter videos, okay, especially in our technological age nowadays. Okay, so simply just waking up, so you have your phone available for you anytime. Okay, so simply by opening it and going to certain social media websites, so you have access to a video there. Okay, so of course, when watching a video, so we have different senses that are being used. So in watching, we are using our eyes, and listening, we are using our ears. Okay, so this is one of the most effective ways for humans to learn. Okay, so and then examples. Okay, in other scenarios. So let's say you are trying to learn something and it's not available to you in arm's reach or in real time. Okay, so one thing that you can do is you can go to the internet, search for tutorials. Okay, search for tutorials or any videos that might give you information about something that you are trying to learn. Okay, so that way, uh, by watching a video, so people can learn. Okay, so it's similar to learning in real time. Okay, because you can see and hear what you are trying to learn. Okay, so that is one example of digital videos. Okay, so it is present digitally. Okay, so there are different digital video formats just as there are different graphic sound file formats. Okay, so what are those? So we actually have 6. Okay, so for the first one we have ASF, okay, which stands for Advanced Streaming Format. So this stores audio and video information and especially designed to run on networks like the internet. So this file format is highly flexible and compressed format that contains streaming, audio slideshows, and synchronized events. Okay, so ASF, it's like the equivalent of AAC or real format in our audio file format. So for ASF, it is made to run on the internet. Okay, because similar to what we discussed in the sound file formats, AAC and real, so they offer compressed formats. Okay, so in that way it can be streamed. Okay, or it can load faster on the internet. Okay, so even if it is a video slideshow and of course synchronized events. So this is referring to the live shows. Okay, like Facebook Live. Okay, so that video file format they're using there is ASF or TikTok Live. Okay, so the online sellers there. Okay, so they are using the ASF file format. Next we have AVI. So AVI or Audio Video Interleave is from Microsoft. An AVI file is really a source interchange file format which is a Microsoft standard. Okay, video from Windows is built into the Windows environment, so this means any AVI movie will play on the Windows-based PC automatically. So AVI, it came from Microsoft. Okay, so it has the same standards as other file formats that came from Microsoft. okay, because they are in the same standard since it is a resource interchange file format. Okay, so other file formats that come from Microsoft, they are included in the resource interchange file formats. Okay, so which is their standard. Okay, or they are sticking to that type of quality. Okay, so any video that you any .avi video or movie that you can see, so it will always be played inside Microsoft or Windows operating system. Next we have MPEG. So MPEG stands for Moving Pictures Experts Group. So it is a video standard, was developed to provide a format for delivering digital media to the consumer market. This has defined several standards for storing audio and video. Okay, so for this one, MPEG, so you might be wondering where is the MP4. So MPEG, that is where MP4 came from. Okay, so if you can remember, MP3 is an audio file, so it is a layer 3. Okay, so it came from Moving Pictures Experts Group as well. So MP4, it is a layer 4 from MPEG. Okay, so MPEG, it is similar to MP3. So when it says here, delivering digital media to the consumer market. Okay, it's that means the videos could be downloaded, okay, to the consumer market. Okay, so if it is a downloadable file, you can use, or it will turn up as an MPEG. Okay, because if you can still remember, or I don't know if you've noticed, you cannot actually directly download a video, for example in YouTube. Okay, on YouTube and Facebook. Okay, because they are online streaming platforms. Okay, so if you want to download videos from YouTube, okay, you will use a separate website or separate application like a YouTube downloader or YouTube converter. So if you convert it into a downloadable file, okay, so it will be converted into an MPEG. Okay, so that is a downloadable file. Okay, so for either an audio or a video. Next we have MOV, or QuickTime. So Apple has specified its own file format called MOV, or QuickTime. This format is among the most convenient and powerful formats for storing common digital media types such as audio and video. Okay, so for MOV, as I've said before on lesson 1, so in there it was said that it is an audio file. So it is originally an or a video file. Okay, so it is originally a file that contains videos, or that is being used for videos. So if you take a video using your Apple device, okay, so your iPhone, iPad, okay, so it will turn up as an MOV. Next we have WMV. So this is Windows Media File. So even though that it says here WMV, so it still stands for Windows Media File. Okay, so with audio or video is proprietary to the Windows operating system and is used by Windows Movie Maker. Okay, so WMV, it is proprietary to Windows operating system. So that means Windows operating system owns, or it has a trademark where it is using WMV. Okay, and also it is being used in Windows Movie Maker. Okay, so one of the video files that can be an output outside Windows Movie Maker, it is going to be a WMV. So video products created using Windows Movie Maker use the WMV file name extension. Okay, so we cannot guarantee this, okay, up to this time, since a lot of editors are already using different file formats as an export file. Okay, so maybe back then when Movie Maker was not updated yet, so automatically it will export all its files or all its video files as a WMV. Okay, but already a lot of updates happen. Okay, and Windows Movie Maker can already export files aside from WMV. Okay, so you can choose freely. And then for the last one, we have RM, Real Media. So Real Media is the leader in streaming media technologies. So Real Media formats offer excellent compression and incredibly popular and widespread support for streaming video on the web. Okay, so RM Real Media, so it has similarities to ASF. Okay, so both of them are being used for online streaming. Okay, so what services are examples of online streaming? So Netflix, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime. Okay, so they are online streaming services. Okay, which use videos. Okay, so also YouTube. Okay, and other websites that are okay for anime, for K-dramas. Okay, so there. So one of the files or video files that they're using is the Real Media. Okay, so computers nowadays, okay, so they can already support all of these different file formats. Okay, but what is the importance uh, from their differences? Okay, so what is the importance for them to have these different file formats? Okay, so other devices, okay, aside from computers, still cannot support all of these file formats. Okay, like for example, certain devices like television. Okay, so which came from uh, Apple or Microsoft. Okay, so their standards for for the file formats are still quite different. Okay, so it is possible that you can encounter something like this. Okay, so an error occurred, unsupported file format, and also like this. Okay, so this will appear if ever that there are certain file formats that cannot be supported but by that device. Okay, for example, a television. Sometimes when you plug in your flash drive on the television, okay, so it is in a certain file format, so it cannot actually play that file format. Okay, so sometimes it is an MOV. The television cannot play an MOV. Okay, so there. So those are the importance why there are different file formats. Okay, so that is it for our lesson 3.